Good morning. Hi, you guys. Oh, it's so fun to see everybody on here. I love that Heather's driving. Be safe. Christina, hi. Jen, oh my gosh, this is so fun. Hi, Mama Susan. Valerie, Becky, Dana, good morning. Okay, cool.
Happy birthday, Mama Susan.
Yeah, happy birthday. Happy retirement. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been an exciting weekend, let me tell you.
Oh my gosh, you have the most beautiful family. I see the photos on social media floating around, and like every single person in that photo is just gorgeous.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
I do. Beautiful family, thank you.
Yeah, you did good. For
Oh,
those
yeah.
of you guys that don't know, Mama Susan, we call her Mama Susan because she lives in North Dakota, and she is Stephanie Debelay's mom. So super fun over there. All right, you guys, I'm gonna kind of ask permission / tell you what I'm like. We're gonna have some real talk this morning. I think we need to call, I want to show you the promotion that is ongoing, or that they just launched on Saturday for those of you who haven't seen it yet. But I want to kind of call a spade a spade. I think part of, being a leader means that you have to show up and own the mistakes that you made, right? So if something's not working in this team, like to some degree, a large degree, like that's on me. Like I have to look at like, what can I do differently? And like COVID, I think has impacted all of us, right? Like 2020 has been a hot mess of a year so far for many of us, for a lot of different reasons. And I know for sure it has impacted my own personal energy. And as a result, it's impacted how I've shown up for this team. So I'm going to own that. I'm going to say that, I'm sorry. And also like give myself grace because it's been hard. What I am going to do is draw a line in the sand here. And I'm saying like it shifts from here. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be hard things that continue to happen, but I'm choosing to look at them differently, and I'm going to choose to pivot instead of sit around and feel sorry for myself. Okay. And what I'm inviting you to do today is to do the same thing. So I think what I want to do first is show you, for anyone that hasn't seen it, I'm going to share my screen and show you the promotion. We really have been given a golden carrot here with this. How many of you saw, know what the promotion is? You guys watched either Stu and Carrie's call or watched Success Mastery. Is there anyone here that doesn't know what I'm talking about?
I've only seen little tiny bits of it.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to be talking about this a lot. So it's right here, so you guys can look at it for yourself. You see here, I just logged into my account, but I am not going into my back office, okay? You just click here. It's right here on that first page, Sell, Reach, Mentor. It is called Flip the Switch Promotion. So you can just log into your account and literally use the search bar. It runs, so they launched it on Saturday. So there's a real opportunity here because it's retroactive for the month, and you're gonna see why there's a real opportunity here. And it runs through the end of the year, okay? So it's essentially 4 months long, and there's 3 ways to earn extra money, okay? So you can go for all of them, or you can go for the bits and pieces that resonate most with you, but there's a lot of money on the table. The first one is selling. So you guys know that we all have a Smart Start bonus. For example, if you sign up a Platinum pack, your Smart Start bonus is $400. There's a Smart Start bonus attached with just about everything that we sell. That's where we get like that immediate commission. And they are taking 5% of all the Smart Start volume globally, which means every time Tara Wilson or Rachel Jackson Pekarik or Sarah Harding or Marcy Steiner or Kathleen Trost or Kat Caden or me or Mercedes or Trina or any single person in LifeVantage sells something, 5% of what they're selling goes into a pool, okay? That's how the elites make a ton of money, is because they get global profit sharing. And what they are offering is global profit sharing for the next 4 months, even if you're not elite yet. You guys, this is huge, okay? You basically have the opportunity to be paid like elites get paid. It's a big deal. I'm gonna own the fact that I like this kind of thing. It motivates me. I'm money motivated and I just like to win. I don't know. So take it or leave it. I know that not everybody has the same motivations, but the first one is selling. Okay. So if you sell, and I want you guys to take notes on this. Everybody here needs to understand it. If you have a team, I need you to understand it, be able to talk about it, and then teach this to your team. 500 volume points of new volume. So 500 points of volume coming from a new customer plus 5 new customers. So it's 5 new customers ordering $100, or it can be 1 gold pack plus 4 people that decide to buy a hand cream, which is like nothing. It can come from a lot of different ways, but it's 500 volume points and 5 new customers gets you 1 share of that global pool, global profit pool, okay? You can get as many shares as you want, okay? So for example, I already sold a platinum pack this month plus a couple customers, okay? So I have not quite 1,200 points of volume. That's new volume this month. So my goal is to get, but I only have 3 customers, new customers so far. So my goal between now and the end of the month is to get 7 new customers so I can get 2 shares of that pool. And here's why it's a big deal for this month. They launched this really late. Not everybody watched Success Mastery yet. Not everybody knows about this promotion yet or knows how to access it, okay? So the profit pool for September will most likely be the largest. I don't know that to be a fact, but it's just sort of common sense if you think about it, okay? So now is a really good time. I think I sent, I'm tracking you guys who still needs what. Susan, for example, you're really close. A lot of you guys are already in action, but it is not too late to take action today. And we're going to talk about that. Okay. So that's the first one, is you can just sell. Even if you don't have a team, you can still take part of this. Okay. The next one is called Reach. And it is if you achieve a new rank of Pro 3, Pro 4, Pro 5, or Pro 6. Look at this. You hit Pro 6. If Mercedes hits Pro 6, she gets $750. Okay. I like money. This would motivate me. And then if you hold Pro 6, so you hit Pro 6, say in November, and you hold it in December, then you get another $1,500. That's a lot of money. Pro 5, Trina, that's $1,500 on the table for you. Pro 3, Pro 4. There are so many of you who are poised to really take advantage of this. Okay. You don't have to participate in that aspect of it. You could just do the sell, but here you could sell and get the global profit pool. I don't know why I'm yelling. Sorry. I'm excited. And also do the reach by rank advancing. Okay. And then for those of you guys who do have a team, or even for those of you who don't have a team yet, but want to have a team, if you're mentoring someone who is personally enrolled by you and they hit Pro 3, Pro 4, Pro 5, or Pro 6, you make money. Okay. So, that's the gist of it. You guys, that's a lot of money. Is anyone excited about this? Anyone? Anyone? Okay. Here's the thing. I see this as an opportunity, okay, to change where we've been. Okay. We've been given, like I said, a golden carrot. we have, I don't know if you saw Success Mastery, but do you know that we have like the top 3 comp plans in the entire industry? And that we've been, according, like a third party actually came in and looked at our company. Not only do we have one of the best comp plans, but we have the best product out of all the network marketing companies out there. What we can offer somebody, nobody else can. It is like when I first said, yeah, I feel like I'm saying yes to this business all over again. Like I have a mix of like fear that makes me want to cry and like vomit a little bit. And I'll talk about that. And then also excitement. Like when I first came in, like you guys have probably heard me tell this story, but I used to stand, I went to college in New York City, and I would stand in the rain on the corner in New York City and wait, like trying to hail a cab with the pouring down rain, waiting as people, like cabs passed me, and some of them would splash on me and I would get all wet and it was miserable. And I had to stand there and wait for a cab to stop and like pick me up as their fare. Okay. I could have never, ever imagined that 5 years later, I would get to stand inside, stay dry, use a phone that I was holding to call a car to come pick me up. I thought that was just for millionaires. Okay. That is what activation is compared to supplementation. That is what we have. Okay. I understand that like not everybody gets it yet. Okay. But that doesn't make what we have any less amazing or life-changing. Okay. Like it's literally like what Marcy says, we have a breakthrough medical technology here that can really make a difference in people's lives. And I came in because I walked away from another company because I felt like I had a moral obligation to share this with people. And it's not ram it down at people's throat, but I'm sifting and sorting and looking to see who is open to this information. Okay. Not everybody's open. I was blown away when COVID started. I signed up, I can't remember the numbers now, but it was like 30 customers in like 48 hours or 36 hours. Do you know how that happened? It was all the people that I had sent links to over the past 3 years who never did anything because the pain point wasn't great enough. And all of a sudden I started talking about Nrf2 being a huge piece of what people should be doing for their health. I'm going to stay compliant. And they pulled the trigger. Okay, that can happen. The work that you're doing now or the work that you've done in the past, like it all matters. And just because it doesn't happen immediately, it doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't mean our product sucks. It doesn't mean that this isn't working or can't work. And here's the thing. I think a lot of us get stuck in the belief thing, like where we're like, oh, I can't do this. The business doesn't work. Or here's the big one that I've been telling myself, I don't have time. Okay. My kids are distance learning. They've been home, they've been all up on my grill. And I've been sitting here saying like, I don't have time. I don't have time. That's a lie. It is called a red light story. It is a story that I have been telling myself because it was easier. It's easier to say, I don't have time versus show up here and say, I don't feel like it, you guys. But that's the truth. For 6 months, I didn't feel like working my business. It was easier to sit and scroll my phone and watch strangers on the internet move forward with their lives. And I would sit and feel sorry for myself and wonder like, how can all these other people be moving forward during this? Right? Well, it's because like my belief wasn't, I let it fall. I don't know, like I'm not going to beat myself up and wonder why everybody else was moving forward and I wasn't. But what I am owning the fact is that when I stopped working, you guys stopped too. Okay. And so let's choose to use this promotion as like the line in the sand and say like, let's say yes again. My hope is that every single person that's on this call today looks back and thinks about why they said yes to this business in the beginning and chooses to say yes again today. That's my hope. Let's decide to shift, to put the past in the past and whatever failure or lack of belief or whatever we were telling ourselves felt hard and wasn't working. Let's choose something else. Okay? I can be responsible. I'll go first. I will choose to shift to the energy and like the enthusiasm in this group, and hopefully that will trickle down and you guys will decide to like participate in that. I can go first. Energy is contagious. Okay. The energy that we have here, if we come off this call and we're excited and then we go share, whether it's a social media post or a story or picking up the phone, the person on the other end is going to feel that. They're going to feel that you're in it. They're going to feel that you say like that you're saying yes again. I was just listening to a podcast as I was walking this morning, and he was saying that there's a lot of people out there who believe they need to take massive action, and they do all the steps, right? They show up day after day and they're doing the steps and they're wondering, why isn't it working for me like it is for her? It's the belief. You have to work on like yourself too. Like we have to have belief in the product, belief in the business, and belief in ourselves. And you guys, that takes work. On any normal day, that takes work. And the amount of work that sometimes that takes in 2020 feels like an overwhelming feat. Okay. But if we hold hands, we can do this together. I think also Mercedes and I had a really like gut-wrenching conversation where I think somewhere along the line is I decided to play small because I was worried that other people were going to feel left out. Because it's really, really important to me that I'm going to cry, but that every single one of you knows that you're important to me, that you matter. Even if you haven't sold a thing, like I'm so grateful you're here in the community. And I'm so grateful, like if you order 1 bottle of Protandim a month, or you have one customer that only orders 1 bottle of Protandim a month, I'm grateful for that. You're still welcome here and you still have a place. Okay. But I can't run my business catering to just that. And I don't know, Mercedes, you were really articulate when you said that. Like, do you want to kind of share what your observation was?
I'm trying to remember exactly what I said. Because I remember then we were talking to Laura and I was like, wow, you just said it so nicely. I think what we realized is that in an attempt to really convey that message, that there is a space here for everybody, and kind of like push back against coming off as though we are pushing people to do more and be more than what like maybe even they might want for themselves. By trying to avoid doing those things, we have created an environment where it's comfortable to stay small, maybe even unintentionally encouraging that, really, really made that okay. But the reality is, whether you came here with the goal of, hitting Pro 7 eventually, or you came here with the goal of like, Pro 2, no matter what, for you to step into this business and for you to move your business forward, from distributorship to some pro level, requires you to get uncomfortable. And I think that what Joy and I realized is we have made it, we have created a tone or a theme, or there's another word that I can't think of that's probably going to describe it better, an environment where there was no expectation for anybody to get uncomfortable. And so that kept every single one of us stuck, because we were also like, kind of subscribing to that concept also. And then COVID happened, and then, right, like everybody was just like, this is really heavy. And so I think what we realized and what we're wanting to do, and the conversation that we're wanting to have differently, is to encourage or challenge people to like push themselves a little bit, and your little bit might look different than somebody else's little bit. And that's kind of the point, is to take one step forward out of where, from where you're at now. And it doesn't have to be like 100, you don't have to run 100 miles, but you do need to take the next step, and then the next one, and the next one. And the only way that we're going to do that is to change the conversation around comfortable, or what the word is, like it's going to be uncomfortable. Each of us is going to have to figure out what we're willing to sacrifice to get something bigger as a result. Probably not articulating that as well as I did the other day.
No, it's perfect. And it's so true. And you guys, I want to, like, Marcy, so you guys heard me say, like, I want to hit Pro 7 before COVID. And then COVID happened, and I'm like, well, there's a pandemic and my kids are home and whatever. And so she reached out to me again last night and she goes, are you ready to run for 7? And you guys, like, claiming, I don't know if you guys watch Success Mastery, but Tara Wilson had 3 categories. There was the people, if you haven't listened to Success Mastery, I highly suggest you go back. It was really good. But there is the people who are going to try, okay? And she called a spade, and it's true. The people who try to do the business, you're not going to go anywhere. Like, don't even waste your time if you're just going to try, because you're going to hit a bump. It's going to get uncomfortable. Someone's going to tell you no. You're going to have a bad day. And if you're just trying, if that's your mindset, you're going to quit. You're not going to move forward. Okay. And then she was like, there's the people who will do your best, which was kind of where I've been the past 6 months. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing my best. It's hard. There's a pandemic, right? And then she said, and that, what did she call it, Mercedes? What is the next category? The, like, do you remember the, like, no matter what people?
Yeah, whatever it takes.
The whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I can't be that person.
When you realize that, like, this is your best, and now you need to get here, which is requiring you to grow and stretch and learn and, develop yourself to make your best into the whatever it takes category.
And so and I won't bore you with, like, make it all about me, but what I will say is, like, I've been here that I'll do my best. And you know what? My best is really good. I can get a lot done with my best. Okay. It's comfortable. I worked really hard. I was a whatever it takes girl when I first came into this business because I didn't have money. I didn't have income. I walked away from my income and I needed to pay my car payment. I needed to be able to buy the groceries. I wanted to be able to take vacation. So I was a whatever it takes girl. And it worked, right? That mindset worked. I was wildly successful. And now I have a lovely residual paycheck as a result of it. I'm comfortable, right? So I don't need to be a whatever it takes girl anymore. I can just do my best when I feel like it, if I have time. If I'm not busy scrolling social media, right? And let me tell you, I've been at the same place for almost a year, and I'm super clear on what that is. And I'm totally losing my train of thought. But my point is that for me to go in and say that when my kids are still distance learning, I have a lot of stories around that. I have a lot of baggage about what being a whatever it takes girl means. Okay. And so I just want to tell you, I'm wildly uncomfortable to say that. Okay. But can we be wildly uncomfortable together? Can we just like, this conversation makes me want to cry. Like, I'll go first. I will show you that it's possible to do the impossible during an impossible year. Okay. But what, like, my why isn't like, yeah, I want to make money. Like, that motivates me and I like to win. Like, that motivates me. That makes it feel fun. But what makes it feel good and rewarding is when Lauren can go to the grocery store and pick out whatever groceries that Elijah wants. That's like, that's my why, you guys. Like, I want this for you. I know there's some of you who need this and for whatever reason, just aren't doing it. So today is my call to you. Get off your butt. I'm going to be respectful, Mama Susan, and not use the A word. Get off your butt and stop making excuses. You want to reach out to me and say, I don't want to do this. I just want to be a part of the community. I love you. That's fine. Okay. But I'm looking for the people today who is going to raise your hand and say, I'm willing to get uncomfortable. Okay. Let's hold hands and do this together. Number one. Okay. And I'm going to make Coffee and Coaching more training. But if you're someone that says, I don't have time, I know there's a lot of you out there. That's been a story about mine too, is start planning your week. Okay. We can dive a little bit more into that and some social media and all of that in future Coffee and Coachings. I'm willing to do extra trainings if you guys need it. Like, I'll do whatever it takes so you guys are clear on what to do. The number one thing that you guys do right now, okay, is decide what you want, okay? And then go print out the launch guide and an ITT tracker. I don't care if you're doing it on social media or in person. It doesn't matter. Good job, Stacy. Get your ITT tracker and find 25 names. and put a claim in the sand. Like, what is it going to be for you this month? I'm claiming 7 customers, 7 new customers. I have no idea right now, you guys, where they're going to come from, but I have my folder. I'm going to New Orleans today. Look, I have my big folder. This is a big folder of all the people who I have never followed up with. Okay. I'm calling my own BS out. A lot of it, just like everybody else. Okay. This isn't perfect or easy for me. Okay. But let's hold hands and do this together. That's all. Look at me. And it was only 28 minutes. I want to see at the end of this, show me in the team page who printed out the ITT tracker and who went through the launch guide. Okay. Who's in? Show me in the comments below. Bye, you guys.